Hello everyone, my name is David and I'm a physiotherapist from Woodlands Health Campus and I'll be talking about staying active. And in trying to stay active, you might have this one question. How can I squeeze in activity to lose weight for a busy person like me? Maybe you find yourself like busy Brian. When you open up your calendar, it looks pretty much like this. Your day is packed. You always have a million things to do in the day, and by the time you get home at the end of the day, you pretty much look and feel like this. You're exhausted. And you think to yourself, where got time to exercise? Or maybe you relate more to tired Tammy. You may have more time on your hands, but because you always feel tired, you choose to reserve your time to just chill or rest. And when someone tells you that you need to do exercise to lose weight, these things flash through your mind. Distance running, high intensity interval training, weightlifting, swimming, hiking, and so forth. And you think to yourself, too much effort lah. Or maybe you feel like you're a combination of both busy Brian and tired Tammy. Whatever the situation, you suddenly think to yourself, man, if I could just do one easy activity to lose weight. What if I told you that there is? And that activity looks like this. And this. That's right, it's walking. But please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the other exercises like running, weightlifting, and other more intense exercises are not effective. And I'm not saying that walking is the only exercise you should do. In fact, physical activity guidelines promotes exercising at higher intensities to achieve a healthier weight. According to the World Health Organization guidelines, it is recommended that an adult should be doing at least 150 to 300 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercises, which means exercising to a point where you can still talk, on most days of the week. And that may look like brisk walking, moderate weightlifting, cycling, and stair climbing. Alternatively, an adult may exercise at a vigorous intensity for at least 75 to 100 minutes per week. And vigorous exercise just means exercising to a point where you cannot talk or sing. And that may look like running, swimming, playing basketball, or lifting heavier weights. Research has also shown that aerobic exercise can bring about benefits such as increasing our muscle endurance so that we can last longer in the day, reducing our body fat to help lose weight, and even reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. Resistance exercise has its benefits too. For example, it helps increase muscle strength and mass to help us take on more load, and it also helps increase our muscle metabolism rate, which means that our body can actually burn more calories at rest. So higher intensity exercises are actually really good physical activities to help burn calories. And some people enjoy doing it without having much issues making it part of their lifestyle at all. But let's face it, for many people, the thought of even participating in an intense activity already makes them feel like giving up. And even if they do drag themselves to start, in reality, it just requires too much willpower to sustain it. But when it comes to walking, it's a different story. Firstly, walking is much, much easier because it's something we do every single day. It's an activity we're so familiar with. Secondly, it's convenient because we can do it anytime, anywhere, with no equipment needed at all. And thirdly, it actually burns more calories than we think. According to the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention, walking 6,500 steps a day cumulatively at 5 km per hour burns approximately 280 calories a day. And that's 1,960 calories a week. Running 8 kilometers within an hour, 3 times a week alone, on the other hand, burns approximately 1,770 calories in 1 week. That's almost equivalent to burning 2 3/4 of double McSpicy with walking and 2 1/4 of double McSpicy with running in 1 week. In short, walking consistently is able to burn more calories than actually running 3 times a week. So if walking is so good, how do we start? Well, the first step, which is very, very important, is to find a way to track your walking. There are different ways you can track your walking. For example, using a smartwatch or smartphone, or Google Maps to track your distance, or any other ways that you can track your distance or steps. But it's important to do this step because you need to know how much you're walking to know how much to cut back or increase. The next step is then to be creative in incorporating more walking in your daily life. And there are many ways you can do that. For example, getting up to walk for 5 to 10 minutes after every meal, or getting up from your work desk every hour to take a 5-minute break by going for a walk. And if your house is not too far away from the MRT, consider walking to the MRT instead of taking the bus. Or maybe stop 1 or 2 bus stops earlier and walk to your destination. Imagine how much your walking increases in a week if you can do that twice daily. When you're at the MRT, or at work, or at a shopping mall, or even when you're going home, take the stairs instead of the lift. And if you can only climb 1 or 2 flights of stairs at a go, that's totally fine. Start with 1 or 2 flights and then take the lift for the rest of the climb if you need to. If you drive a car, consider parking at the furthest lot. Plan for walking dates instead of sit-down dates. Go for a date at the mall, or park, or just around the neighborhood, or even nice places like Marina Barrage, or East Coast Park, or Tengah Coastal Walk. That could help increase your walking significantly in a fun way. These are just some ideas to just kickstart your creativity, and I'm sure you can think of more ways to walk more. But as you walk more, make sure to remember these 2 principles. Firstly, avoid big jumps. You want to set realistic targets to be able to be consistent for the long run, rather than going big for a short while and then giving up after. Avoiding big jumps also helps prevent unnecessary injuries from sudden overload of your muscles, tendons, and joints. So if you have been only doing 3,500 steps per day, gradually increase your steps to about 4,500 for the next few weeks, and then gradually do more as you go. Secondly, aim to be consistent by making walking part of your lifestyle and eventually aim to match the physical guidelines. However, it's better to do less and be consistent in the long run. So choose a walking strategy that you can be consistent in. So to conclude, if you're like busy Brian, you don't have to block off 1-2 hour time slots to your already busy schedule to go to the gym or stadium. All you need to do is find small ways to incorporate more walking in your daily life. And if you're like tired Tammy, who's just too tired for any intense exercise, walking may be the exercise to help you burn more calories than actually trying to drag yourself to the gym or join a high-intensity interval training class. In short, walking is one of the best activities to help you lose your calories. And if you're nowhere close to meeting your physical guidelines, that's totally fine. Just start small and slowly work your way up. Being consistent is actually more important. However, here's the caveat. In order to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you eat. It's unrealistic to expect that walking alone will help you lose most of your calories if you're not controlling your diet. So if you want to lose weight effectively, make sure to also work hard on eating healthily. Thank you.